Yay! Okay, so I don't know if you got your face mask with you. If you do, or if you're on, let me know which one you're using. You guys know I am using my own face mask. This is like my little personal jar here, but I wanted to show you what it would look like when purchase today. And they're actually, I'm just gonna show you guys the size of it because I'm gonna be real. I'm getting exclusive, really cute packaging for the limited edition ones. So you'll be getting that. So it's gonna be this size, but it'll be a different shape. So it's gonna be like this. You're gonna be getting about 1 ounce. And the reason why I did 1 ounce is because this is like complete superfoods, right? There are no preservatives in any of my products for my skincare line. And I really believe that like, if we're talking about utilizing superfoods, you know, these gifts from nature that have all these incredible abilities, I don't wanna water that down by putting a preservative. But in me doing that, I have to also be conscientious of the fact that after a while, without a preservative, things can become molded, right? They can become unsafe. So using a smaller amount and having that be between a 30-day period, one, make sure that the superfood is fresh, make sure that it's feeding your skin the correct way, and then it also avoids any of the issues that may come up if you're after that 30-day period. So this would last you about 6 to 8 face masks, and it's a dry powder form. See if I can show you guys without messing it up. Let's see. You guys can see that right there? So it would come like a dry mix. And then you would also be receiving some aloe and rose water, which is right here. It wouldn't look like this again, but, and you mix it together. You'll be getting like a little spatula and everything like that to help you do that. When you mix it together, it'll come out looking like this. That nice consistency. And you want it to be a nice blend consistency. And for me, I mix mine all together and then I refrigerate it to keep it fresh. And again, this lasts me about, I think I mask almost every other day. So I think I'm masking about like three times a week. And the amount that I use, even though it's in this big jar, it is the same amount. It'll last me 6 to 8 face masks. And I also, again, I do all over my face and my neck. So I wanted to make sure that that was something you all would be able to do. And the key component to that is that less is more, okay? Like, I was just talking to my friend about this. We had a co-working session earlier, and we were just talking about how beauty has kind of made you believe that you need more, and like more is more and more is better. But really and truly, when you have the good stuff, when you have quality things, think about it, right? It's a lot smaller because it packs a heavier punch. And that's something that I learned firsthand when I started really diving in deep to matcha culture and learning about it and wondering, like, why do only half of tea shops only have one size cups, you know? And the owner of a matcha shop broke it down to me and just like, it's literally the entire essence of a plant from stem to leaf, and the way that it is shaded and grown and processed is like this delicate in-person ritual. So by the time it's getting to you, you're having the power of that entire plant, right? All of its nutrients. And then you're also having that energy and love put into it by 5th generation tea masters or more doing their thing. And you don't need a lot, because doing a lot doesn't always mean you're gonna get better results. And I think that that's something I wanna start bringing back to cleaner beauty. It's like, you don't need so much to have a good life and to have good skin. So you literally just need a little bit. And with my products, they will last you for about 30 days to keep the freshness and everything like that together. And then you just re-up the next month. Really simple. I'm looking to do maybe a subscription kind of vibe for that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's get into it. Oh man. So I wanted to go over some of the key components in the mask. You guys can also see that on the website, and I will be dropping in the comments the password to the website, because again, this is not even a super soft launch. I'm literally just, I've been getting a lot of requests to purchase the mask and to get into it. And I want to make sure that I am just listening to my wolves. You know, you guys are like, we're ready now. And I hear you, and I don't want to just keep you guys waiting. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a secret password to my website. And those that hop on here will be able to receive that password and be able to pre-order the exclusive limited edition matcha face mask from my skincare line, Manifest. And like even till today, no one knew the name of the skincare line. It's called Manifest. And it's like, I want you to manifest a good life through good skin. And I really believe that that can be done just using natural products. It doesn't have to be all these crazy like synthetics and stuff like that. Synthetic person for that, that's your vibe, and I'm here for it. I just know for myself that my skin just doesn't respond well to it. I need fresh food for my face. I need to know that my skincare is feeding my skin the nutrients that it needs. I need to know that what I'm putting on my face, I could eat if I wanted to. And I wasn't able to really find that, so I created it. And that's what Manifest is really about, just for that eco-conscious spiritualist who wants really good skincare and want to make sure that Mother Earth is good too. So as you guys know, I like to put it everywhere. And it is supercharged by superfood. So there's 4 superfood main ingredients. I'm going to go over 2 in this live, but when you get on the website, you can learn more. And obviously matcha is the main one. Matcha's in all the ingredients, it's in all the products, of course. And matcha is fantastic because it really helps with inflammation. So I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about the 2 main concerns in beauty are inflammation, because inflammation is like acne, right? It's what causes discoloration, all these different things. And then also hydration, making sure that your skin stays hydrated. So the beautiful thing about matcha is that it has these incredible antioxidants in it that help to fight inflammation in the skin. So imagine taking a sip of your matcha and then putting on a matcha face mask. Like, your skin's gonna love you and thank you for that. And you guys already know, if you don't know, follow the podcast, because yes, we do have a lot of amazing podcast episodes on the benefits of matcha internally, and it's just as good for your skin. There we go. I'm gonna add a little bit here. Yay, I'm so glad you guys like it. And then talk about Iris sea moss. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with it. I think you might be, Brandy. But Iris sea moss is literally this incredible ocean gem. 92 out of the 102 nutrients that we need for our body to like properly function. So just getting a scoop of that internally every day already puts you ahead of the curve in your health. Imagine putting that right directly on your skin. Being that your skin is one of your largest organs on the body, in the body, and now you're feeding it more than 80% of the nutrients it needs to thrive. And you're doing that a few times a week directly. Your skin's gonna thrive, your skin's gonna win. Iris sea moss is also a natural collagen. And collagen is that stuff that keeps us looking young, right? And by the time we hit 25, our ability to produce collagen naturally starts to decrease. This is part of aging. It's nothing to be afraid of, nothing to freak out about. And there are ways for you to slow up that process. Drinking sea moss and using it for your skin is definitely one way to make that happen. Yes, Miss Claudia. Yes, every day. I swear by it. I have a sea moss smoothie every single day without fail. I have matcha every single day without fail. I really believe in its benefits, and I believe that it's allowed me to really tap into my inner and outer beauty in such an effective way. So as you guys know in the picture, I usually put it on my lips too, and like even my lids, because again, it's literally superfood. Like, it's literally feeding your skin. And those are areas that you don't want to neglect either. You want to make sure that your lips still stay firm and plump. You want to make sure that your eyelids, stay tight and youthful. But as it's drying, it would be very hard to talk to you guys on a live. So I was like, we're not going to we're not going to do that. But let's get into the topic. It's 420. Happy 420. I don't know if you celebrate Christmas. I don't know if you're about that life. But if you are, happy 420 for you. If you're not, but you're interested in cannabis and beauty, we're going to talk about it today and get into it. Hey, yes, happy 420. I am a big cannabis advocate. I believe in the power of plant medicine. I believe that when you fully understand with intention the abilities that nature has for you to heal and for you to be expansive in your life, you start to remove that stigma that is so heavily attached to cannabis, especially in the United States. It's a magical plant. Really started when I was introduced to CBD as a way for pain management with my diagnoses. So I started taking it. You guys know I actually take Open Apothecary's CBD. I have like an older bottle to show you guys what it looks like. That is her company, and she makes an incredible CBD oil starting at 150 milligrams all the way up to all the way up to 1,000. And that is trulybomb.com because it works wonders. I actually put that same CBD oil in my personal face oil because I love the effects that I get from it, because I can feel the CBD helping to relieve tension in my face, helping to like release and remove the my mind, inflammation. Because our faces, sometimes we're inflamed. A lot of times we're inflamed. A lot of times when you're not getting the results that you want in your body, it's because you're inflamed. Hi, Amber. Hey. Oh, man. Oh, what a good time. What a good time. Yes, happy 420. Yeah, so I was learning more about cannabis and beauty. There's actually a really great podcast episode called Broccoli Talk. And they were talking to this incredible woman who's like a super duper advocate for cannabis and hyper educated on cannabis and beauty. And she was just breaking down things about like CBD beauty brands that kind of had your girl a little shook. Because I've always wanted to work with CBD and beauty, but I also understood that there's a complete, utter science and magic to it that I need to dedicate more time to instead of just slapping CBD in something and saying that it works. And two things that she said that really stood out to me, and like for anyone who is using CBD in your beauty routine, it may be something to look into. She was saying that if you're using CBD in a clear bottle, that it actually is inactive. It will not have any healing properties. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. I gotta go watch it. Yes, Amber said she just posted a CBD beauty unboxing video today. Hey, yes. So they were saying that if you have it in a clear packaging, clear glass, that it actually makes the CBD inactive because it has access to sunlight, and that just kind of negates its piece, which is incredible. And they were also talking about that if it's in a dropper, right? And you're doing it from a dropper for your beauty products and you're placing it on your skin, what you're doing is oxidating the product, which again makes it inactive. So essentially, they're able to say CBD's in it, but you're not really getting any of the actual benefits. Not to mention that she was breaking down like how something, they'll say that it's full spectrum, but then when you read the ingredients and you break down the percentaging of like the CBDs and like there's CBGs, there's different types of aspects to the plant itself, that you realize that it's not what they're saying. And because people aren't doing the diligent work they need to work with cannabis, and because just kind of slapping it on everything, people are out here buying really expensive ass products that she said are like expensive Vaseline at this point because there is no healing properties to it. So that was something I wanted to share. If you had a clear bottle or a dropper and it's like a beauty brand kind of thing, that from my understanding from her and her chemist, and I will definitely link in there so you guys can listen for yourself, your product is inactive and there is no CBD properties in there, which means that inflammation that you were looking to get removed is actually still going to be there. And if it goes away, it's probably the placebo effect. So I thought that was really intriguing because it's legitimate. It's like this new wave, right? It's between the self-care movement, right? Everybody's screaming self-care, everybody's screaming self-love, everybody's screaming CBD, but not being aware of the fact that are people specifically doing research in cannabis and beauty? And if so, what are they saying? And how deep is the research going? And we really don't know. We don't have that information at hand. But that episode of Broccoli Talk, I posted up in Loboland Beauty's Instagram stories for you to check out. And I will add the link to the description box live once it's over for the replay viewers. Yes, I'm gonna be some in the comments. Yes, yes, yes. It is so true. Yes, especially when it comes to having discernment with just purchasing products. It's so, and it's things like that where I want to continue to like educate the best way that I can on my platform about beauty magic, because that's a thing that we know as like herbalists and aromatherapists when it comes to using essential oils. Like it should not really be in a clear packaging, you know what I mean? Because it actually helps to expose it to the sun and it makes the product be less impactful. But at the same time, when you're also a business owner, you're trying to appease the aesthetics, right? Because that's a big learning curve of having to break down that you need an amber bottle or a blue glass bottle or some type of discoloration to block out the UV rays from the sunlight so that your product actually works. A lot of times with bigger brands, they may be aware of that, they may not. But if they are aware of it and they're still continuing to do it, it's because they know that their consumer needs for it to look pretty, and that's going to outweigh the fact that it actually works. And we as consumers have to be more conscientious of the fact that, like, do you want to look pretty on your shelf or do you want it to work on your skin? And yes, I think that we can have both, but I do think that we need to, again, really make sure that we're being diligent in asking these questions. And if people don't have the answers, don't buy their products. And I think that's what was taking me a pretty long time to put my products out there, because I was like, I really want to make sure that before I give anyone anything that it's going to help them, especially because I didn't want to put preservatives, especially because I didn't want to have synthetics to keep it a certain way. So every time you got it, it was the exact same thing. I really wanted to honor the natural process of Mother Nature. I wanted to honor the natural process of these ingredients and them being superfoods and just letting them shine the way that they do. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome. So it was really important for me to continue to do that. And one brand that I do adore that is a CBD brand is Dehaya. She's actually one of my beauty mentors. She's a doctor. This woman is incredible. Like, my mind is always blown by her accolades. But she does intensive research on her products before she puts them together, like making sure that the products are airtight so that way oxygen's not getting into it. She just does all these amazing, thoughtful things. And she's a small Black business owner. And I always feel now with all the research that I'm doing around cannabis and beauty, it's like it feels a little safer to shop smaller because it's less people you have to get through to get the answers that you want. I find that, like, if it's a small business, I can get to that owner and their intention a lot faster if they're like on Goop, right? And they're like some major conglomerate that's doing these things. You're not really going to ever find out what's in the product, and you kind of have to go off of their word. And like, that's unsafe because, again, this is one of your largest organs on your body. So like, if you're putting this on your skin, you're putting this in your bloodstream, this is going to eventually affect your health. I think that's why it's so important to have a cleaner beauty mindset when it comes to the cosmetics that you wear and when it comes to your actual skincare. You want to make it as clean as it possibly can be for you and your body and your experience, and understand that the results may vary because your body is always evolving every day, and so is nature, right? So are the ingredients. And if you want more of a stability, understand having synthetics. So that was what I was getting from the cannabis and CBD. Cannabis and CBD, excuse me. The cannabis and beauty information. And then a lot of just bias. A lot of just people saying things where it's just kind of like, okay, but where'd you get that information from? A lot of stigma around it too. A lot of, they say so, but I'm not sure. But then you also have women who are using CBD on a daily basis, taking it, ingesting it, and then also using it on their skin. And they are having incredible results. You know, they're seeing the positive effects. So I really just think it's important at the end of the day, if you're interested and you start to see the hemp plant on everything and you're like, ooh, hemp extract, or ooh, CBD, or ooh, this has cannabis oil in it. Oh, wow. I do to just do your research to know exactly what is in it down to a T, because you have Let me know with you talk. I get really passionate about stuff like that because for most companies are getting away with misleading. They are. You know why too? Because it comes back to that aesthetic. Because a lot of us consumers are like, this is a really pretty bottle, and I want to look cute on my shelf. When I take my Instagram pictures, everyone adores it, and when I look at it, it makes me feel good. And I do believe that aesthetics are important because that feeling of feeling good is important for your body to experience. But wouldn't it be even more powerful that you're looking at something that's dope, but it also is doing what it says it's going to do for you? I think we gotta get there and like stop allowing these companies and these brands to mislead us. You know what I'm saying? Because if we continue to allow them let us be misled, they're going to continue to do it because they're still making profit, even if their intention is to educate you and help you do better. But like at the same time, as a small business owner, when I had my original spray, you guys know that I have like little bottles. I don't know if you guys can see that, but essentially, let me see if I can grab one off of my shelf. I'm going to grab the Wealth one because I was just talking about this one today. So I originally had these in amber bottles, right? Because I understood for the essential oils to stay good, to be positive and things like that, I needed it to be in amber. It did not sell. Even though the properties were there, the testimonies were there, all of that stuff was there, people wanted to see what was inside the product because you can hear the crystals. You know, there is cinnamon in there, there are bay leaves, you know, there are cloves in there, and people much rather see what's the value of the ingredients be at a high quality. And I had to understand that and also accept that, but realize that, okay, if I'm going to do this so that my consumers will buy and just get into aromatherapy, get into herbalism, I need to be very vigilant on my website, speaking to the fact that like, hey, after 30 days, this may become unsafe. You know, like just kind of being more adamant about it because it was like I had to find the best of both worlds. I had to make sure that I was still sticking to my own ethics and not just trying to make a profit, but also giving my consumer what it is that they want because they weren't interested in the dark bottle. It just didn't appeal to them. And I do think it's, again, just the way that we're seeing branding, the way that we're seeing marketing happening. It's just like you need to see everything. It needs to be like really fun, light colors. If it's not giving that vibe, then you don't feel like it's kind of worth purchasing. So it's like finding the harmony in that. So again, if you are interested in cannabis and in beauty, definitely make sure you do your research. That was like the main thing I got from that. And then just also understanding that cannabis is not a trend. Even though a lot allowing it to be and trying to make it out to be, this is a sacred plant. This is a medicine, and definitely use it with intention. I always find that I really appreciate brands that will sit there and be like, hey, set an intention before you use this product, especially if it has plant medicine in it, right? That's how you know that there's an equal exchange given from that person who's created that product and Mother Nature. And you really want to have that on an energetic level when we're speaking about beauty magic. You want to make sure that that energy is still flowing, that that energy is still pure and of a high vibrating frequency. And that's very hard to do if you're just being handed something and not being told to like tune in, you know, settle in for a moment, say what you need to say, make an intention. How do you want this to make you feel? And then begin to use the product, especially when it comes to cannabis. There's a lot of culture, especially on the East Coast, unfortunately, Miss Claudia. East Coast and cannabis is a stressful topic because a lot of us don't know what it is that we're using. We don't know how the flower should look, how the flower should smell, because a lot of us have not really been able to see it in its truest form unless you go to Cali or even Vegas, but unless you go to Cali and you're able to see it fresh, or you're able to go to, you know, a garden, go to a warehouse where you're able to see it in its true form, you really don't know what to expect. So then you're using it as a way to escape, and then there's no intention there, and then you're losing that magic, you're losing that chance to really connect on a deeper level with something so powerful and so medicinal and ancient. And there's beauty in that in itself. So it's not just a topical thing either. It's like when you're ingesting it, make sure that you have that just that connection and that intention. That's really something that I hope also sticks out. Do your research, know where you're getting your cannabis from, whether that's a beauty product or it's actual cannabis that you're ingesting or smoking, and set an intention with it. Make sure that you're doing that. So I'm about to take this mask off, but let me know, how are y'all using cannabis in your daily life? How do y'all use cannabis? Where do y'all find the beauty of it at? Do you guys have cannabis products that you guys use on a daily basis? Let me know. I really want to know. I'm about to rinse all this off real quick because it's really, really, really dry. And then before we go, I'm going to make sure that I give you guys a password so that you guys can check out the mask and get it for yourself. They will definitely be shipping out in May, and you'll have them probably by the first week in May. Let's see. Yes, so true. This is, I think, because I want to be more intentional and look forward to connecting with quality products. I freaking agree. Yes, yes, yes. Again, that comes down to like that whole trend of like, yeah, let's just get high. Like, let's just, not feel anything. And it's like, well, why? Why do we have to get to that point? Like, like, what are you experiencing that you need to escape and use this plant medicine as a way to do that? Because that in itself is really, it's just something to explore. It's just something to look into. You know what I mean? It's definitely something to just be like, let me ask myself why that is. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing that you did, Brandy, by taking a moment to step back and just reflect and be like, you know what? What is my intention with this product? What is my intention with all of this? I know for me, right, when it came to beauty product that I loved Kush's milk. They had this mascara called Kush, and it had hemp extract oil in it, right? And I was like obsessed with it because I'm like, oh my God, I love hemp. I think it's incredible. And I unfortunately ended up having a really bad allergic reaction to it. And then I continue to still use it. I continue to still use a product that I know wasn't really helping me per se and my body experience, because I love the packaging. I'm not gonna front. I love the packaging, and I love the fact that I was supporting something that had plant medicine in it, even though it wasn't actually helping me heal at all. But it is a fantastic mascara for people who are not allergic to it. And I do love Milk because they are very conscious about the products that they use and making sure that everything is like as ethical as it possibly can be. And that's really hard to do in beauty, y'all. Like I said before, in beauty, there are no regulations. They can literally put whatever they want in your products. And if you don't know the proper word as you're reading those ingredients in the back, you could literally be putting toxins and poisons on your face and in your bloodstream and not realizing that it's causing other severe health effects because you don't know any better. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of step into the beauty world, to alleviate that, especially for my Black and brown women and men who are into skincare, anybody, however you identify, to be honest, everybody got skin. It's just like, it's scary, and to think about the fact of all these products that I was using. Luckily, I was blessed to have like my godmother who made organic and natural products. So I didn't always have that exposure, but when I did, and I think back and I reflect, there's no coincidence that I was also experiencing a lot of physical ailments. Those were the times where my flares were the highest. Those were the times where, I just wasn't as healthy. My skin wasn't glowing. I looked a lot older than I was. I was having like, frown lines and all those things like that. And I'm not even 30 yet. You know what I mean? So it's just like, just be conscious. Just know what you're doing, know why you're doing it. That's all a part of beauty magic as well, that intention, right? And just having that knowledge and that wisdom. I'm gonna show you guys up close what it looks like when you take it off. Yes. And I like to take it off with like lukewarm water. And it feels so good. Like, I wish you guys can like feel my skin, like not in a creepy way, but I just feel it because it feels so incredible after using the entire line, but especially this mask. This mask is my favorite, y'all. This mask really does it for me. And I usually just take it off with water. I don't really use a washcloth, but being again that I'm in my room and not in a bathroom, this is like the best way to make it happen. But yeah, let's get up close so you guys can see. Yes. Oh my God, my skin. Woo. Yes, I hope so. Brandy said, wow, what a testimony. You're going to help so many people. I really hope that I do. You know, a question that I get a lot from my business strategist, I call it my business doula, is what is your global dilemma? Like, what global issue is your product and your brand and your business going to solve? And I always get stumped because I always, you know, I'm still working through my own experience of relearning that beauty is powerful and that beauty is something that we all aspire to. And that, you know, I'm helping to redefine that. And that means being more intentional. That means moving in a way that honors your mind, body, soul, and Mother Earth. So I really do hope that my line and this platform continues to educate and allow people to just have healthy skin and have a healthy relationship with beauty that is not just based off of like standards we've been forced into, right? When I was younger, I used to model, and had I not had tough skin, that shit really would have broke me, you know? Oh, you're too dark. We already have a Black model. Actually, you're not dark enough to be Black, so we're not going to use you. Or you're too short. Actually, you're too fat, and you're a size 0, but you're too fat. You know, like you take in all those things. But luckily, my mother was very adamant about me understanding what I would go through as a model if I chose to go down that path. So I think it really does stem back from there, and just seeing how many girls that I would work with that were so broken up, that were like always chasing the next fad, doing the next thing so that they could be seen as beautiful in other people's eyes. And me, by the grace of my mother and my ancestors, just like knowing that I was good enough as is and not having that desire to go and chase these outward things so that I could feel validated in my existence. And growing up like that and seeing women really strive for that was really crazy. It was just like something I don't ever want women to experience. I don't want anyone to ever experience being told that, you know, you aren't beautiful enough or you aren't the correct type for this thing. And that literally making you question how you show up to the entire world in all your relationships. You're striving for this level of beauty that doesn't really exist, because we're all beautiful. We're all stunning in our own ways, inside and out. And I get really tired of beauty brands kind of making it seem like, oh, dewy skin, you need that glow. Oh, your skin's not clear. You have oily skin, acne prone skin. Oh, you have a skin condition. We have something for that. It's like, or let's help them change their mindset around the fact that they feel like all these things are wrong with them because they're seeing it on the physical. Let's start to rewire that subconscious mindset. Let's start to pour love into them. And then we can add on really fresh, natural, green ingredients that are going to help them simultaneously. You could be using all the best products on your face, but if your diet is shit, if your mind, your thought process means nothing and you're thinking that you're nothing, what are you going to get from that? Is your skin really going to heal? Or are you just buying into really good marketing? Oh, this is my matcha toner, matcha and rose toner, by the way. The spray bottle ended up acting up, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit into my hand and just press it in. I like to press it in. I just feel like it absorbs a lot more into the skin. Just a little bit for the neck. And then one other thing, yeah, right? And then one other thing that I want to mention before we wrap everything up that I also heard on the podcast is about face oil, especially face oil that has CBD in it. You want to make sure that it absorbs. If face oil is just sitting on your skin, then you're not absorbing anything. You're not hydrating your skin. You're just putting oil on your skin. You're most likely clogging it. So you want to still be able to get that dew, but you really want to make sure that your skin is absorbing everything. This is the Manifest Skin Oil, face oil, that has matcha in it as well. And the reason why I created the face oil with the toner to put on right afterwards is because when you wet your face, you're causing hydration for your skin, which is a good thing. And then you put on this face oil to lock in the moisture, right? But the beautiful thing about it is that as I rub it in, you can really see that, yes, it's giving me that really cute glow, but it's starting to absorb into my skin instantaneously. And you want products that are going to do that. You want products that are going to instantly go into your skin and absorb and do its job, because all of the good fattiness and nutrients and all that good stuff that are in your face oil, that should be in your face oils, need to be going into the layers of your skin. You have about 5 layers of skin that has to penetrate before you can actually get that healthy skin. If it's not doing that, then there's an issue. So you guys can see I still have a nice little glow, but it's subtle because the oil is now absorbed into my skin in seconds. And that is a definite thanks to Matcha for sure. And the other amazing ingredients that are in there that you guys will soon have access to. But first, the mask. Okay. So if you are here now and you are interested in purchasing a limited edition version of my Manifest mask called Reveal, it's so you can reveal your true self, reveal your true beauty, reveal your true joy in life. I'm going to put the password for my website in the chat. So if you're catching the replay, I love you. Thank you for catching the replay. Shoot me a DM and we'll see if there are any more left in stock for you to purchase. If not, I will definitely put you on that email list. So when we do a soft launch, you can be a part of that. So I'm going to put that in there now. And then as soon as we log off, you'll be able to go on Lobaland Beauty's Instagram account, click the link, and plug this in for the password, and you will be able to have access to purchase and support. Definitely grab yours while you can. It is super, super limited. Like less than a dozen are being produced. And I'm really solely doing this because I know I've been putting this mask on for like the past 4 weeks, and y'all have been like, sis, can we buy? When can we do this? And now's the time. So that's the password. If you're watching the replay or you did not catch this live, catch it live. Come tune in, put it in your calendar. It's a good vibe. It's super educational. Yes. And on top of that, we have a good time. I really hope that this conversation maybe sparks some interest in you, maybe will cause you to kind of look back at your understanding of beauty, your understanding of cannabis, and really see if there's any stigmas lying in there, if there's any misconceptions in that thought process, so that you can remove that and then educate yourself properly and have the experience that you deserve, which is to just feel good in your skin 24/7, to feel good in how you show up in the world, how you present yourself without makeup, with makeup on, with a full face beat, whatever works for you. But just knowing that at the end of the day, when you take everything off, that you can sit there and be like, yes, absolutely yes. No hesitation. Yes. Yes to me. I see my beauty inside and out. And that's really what I want for anyone watching this, whether it's real time or replay. Thank you so much. And give me until 7 p.m. because the link has to go live. But you know what? Give me 5 minutes and the link will be live and you guys can catch it. I will put up that the link is live in the story. So make sure you're following on Instagram at Lobaland Beauty so that you can purchase your mask. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. Yes. All right. I love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what your favorite part was below, replay watchers. Let me know now if you're in the chat. What really stood out to you. And I will see you next Monday for another episode of Mask and Matcha Live. I thank you. I love you. You are the best. Oh, yes. Okay. Bye, wolves.